Now back to our ingredients. What you're going to need is a pie crust. You can use a pre-done crust, or you can use a 6 to 8 inch round baking dish. It can be glass or metal, whichever you prefer or you have. If you use a regular baking dish without the crust, you're going to need a non-stick spray because you don't want the topping to stick. Next, you're going to need a 21-ounce can of pie filling. Today we're going to make cherry cobbler with cherry pie filling. You can choose sugar-free if you're diabetic or for other medical reasons. You can use apple or peach, whichever you prefer, but today it's a 21-ounce can of cherry pie filling. Next, you'll need Moist Supreme Classic White Pillsbury Cake Mix. It gives it a sweet touch. You'll only want to use half of the contents of the bag. Last but not least, you'll need a 1/4 cup of melted butter. Now that you have everything gathered and ready to go, the next step in the process is putting it all together. First, you'll take your dish. Next, you'll take your pie filling and pour it out evenly, stirring it all over the bottom. Set that aside. Next, you want to take your half bag contents of Pillsbury White Cake Mix and sprinkle it over the top. You want to ensure to cover all of the red area, leaving nothing open. And pour that right on top. Make sure you spread it out evenly so nothing is showing, none of the red. Next, you want to make sure to take your 1/4 cup of butter. I tend to put the 1/4 cup of butter not in the measuring cup, but putting it in a larger separate container so that way it doesn't boil over in the microwave and you don't burn yourself when it comes out. Place it in the microwave for approximately 20 seconds or until melted. Go ahead and take your butter out when done and drizzle it over the top, like so. You don't want to put too much, it'll make it too greasy. And that's it with the second step of the process. Now that everything's put together, we're ready to move on to the third and final step in the process of baking a homemade cherry cobbler. That is, actually baking it. You want to walk over to the oven and make sure the temperature is preheated to the 350 degrees that it was set at, which it is. The next step, you need to put the timer on 45 minutes. You want to ensure that it cooks for the proper amount of time. Take your cherry cobbler, place it in the center rack so that it cooks evenly, and then you're done. You successfully completed the process of creating a homemade cherry cobbler. Now while that's waiting, you can get your plates together, or if you prefer a classic taste of cherry cobbler, you can use ice cream. Go ahead and remove the cherry cobbler from the oven to see your final product. It's that simple, and everyone will enjoy. Just don't forget your final 3 steps, or the 3 whole steps in the process, which are gathering your ingredients, putting them all together, and last but not least, baking it. It's so easy, even a young child can do it. And that's it. It's sure to be a hit with everyone. Enjoy.